Hey everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. In today's episode, we're going to be studying a piece by the established 3D artist known as Tonan Ahn. And in this episode, we're going to be looking at this rather calm composition. We're also going to explore what it means to hold ourselves to a higher order. So let's jump right into it. So whenever you first see this work, we have the rather calm scene here with a bunch of crystalline cubes. Your first impression is likely one of awe due to the incredibly ascendant aesthetic before us. So within this work, we see the presence of these minimal colors, of course, a gold and a gray here. There's no doubt that the presence of this gold strikes in direct contrast to an incredibly desolate gray. Another thing you may notice is the presence of texture within this work. We see these crystalline cubes stand in direct contrast to the rather rough nature of those rocks right next to them. Of course, both of which immerse us so well within the realism of the composition here. How do y'all feel when you view this piece? We see the presence of all these crystalline forms within the composition. Of course, it creates a very pristine and ascendant aesthetic here. Crystalline or glass forms, by nature of their presence, are catalysts of light, so any light which hits them is going to be intensified to the highest degree possible. It creates just a stunning and incredible ethereal aesthetic within the composition here. And of course, crystals and glass forms more broadly are also some of the most literal examples of harmony which we have. This gives a literal sense of order, as we even see them stacked so well. Of course, they're not top heavy. You see much smaller forms getting up to the top like a pyramid there. You could draw so many metaphors here, from moments of meditation all the way to the literal representations of order against chaos itself. And in creating this work, the original artist provided a short yet profound piece. I have that real quick. I'm going to bring that in and see if we can get some insights on the scene before us. Alright, so about in the short piece that the artist said here, quote, "Building structure in the smoky haze, our loving will and spirit will relentlessly shine through." And I love that kind of imagery there, right? The sense of darkness, by definition, is the unknown in one way or another. And next to that is the idea of a haze or a fog. And we see that quite clearly. Of course, it shines through, and there is no doubt that crystalline forms are so good at that, right? Whenever even the slightest bit of light hits them, they're just going to intensify and of course relentlessly shine through against any haze or fog that may confuse the viewer. So we love that. We see the loving will and the spirit. We certainly see that within the composition here. And, during those times of uncertainty, it's incredibly important to have a habit or tradition which you follow. Of course, that gives us a sense of order, that gives us a sense of expectation, especially against the nefarious nights of the great unknown and the greater darkness. So in creating this work, the original artist was talking about that directly, these structures that he follows, both mental and physical, that get you through the day. I think that's just incredibly important here. And with this in mind, it's time to ascend to a higher order. Hold yourself to a much higher standard and always follow those good structures, those good habits, and those good traditions, which of course make you into the best version of yourself which you can be. So really hope y'all enjoyed today. This is a work of a digital render, so it was created with a digital rendering program. That program is going to be Blender, really an incredibly high skill ceiling. You can do so much in the program of Blender, and of course the nature of the render, it's incredibly realistic. It immerses us within this work so well, and I really hope y'all enjoyed today. The artist created this during a much darker time of his life, and he cites the importance of having that sense of habit and tradition. We certainly see that here. So like I said, I really hope y'all enjoyed today. We talked about so many different things, crystals as catalysts of light, the sense of texture within the composition, the minimal color, the use of a gold and symbolism in some way or another. So many different things we hit on today. I truly hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all enjoyed today's episode, go check out the original artist Tonan Ahn, doing some amazing stuff in the world of the digital render. He pays very close attention to the works that he creates. So like I said, I really hope y'all enjoyed today. So yeah, like I said, if y'all enjoyed today's episode, go check out the original artist. My name is Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.